Hello, my friends, this is Jonesyboy here, and welcome to Electrique, the home of electronics for electronics freaks. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 5 ways I think 3D printing has changed my life and can change yours. Let's go over number 1. Number 1, model making and how to work with plastics. I think model making and how to work with plastics is a fantastic intro to 3D printing. 3D printing will allow you to print out multiple parts for model making and be able to create whatever models you pretty much see fit. There are tons and tons of models from fans and people who like to design those models online. For example, I was able to 3D print a pre-made lightsaber. This actually printed out in, I believe it was 14 different parts that I was able to put together, paint, and weather to make it look like a lightsaber that you may have found multiple years after the Star Wars, which I think this is one of my favorite models that I've ever made. I have another couple models here. I was actually able to make a Master Ball, which I think is really cool. The Master Ball came out pretty well, and then I was able to also print a pokeball. The pokeball, I decided to weather. I'm not sure I really liked the fact that it, how it came out weathered and everything like that. To me, it wasn't. Ooh, there's a little fuzz on it. To me, I did not like the weathering that I did on the pokeball, but I really love how the Master Ball came out. It came out very well. That turns into number 2. I think it takes making to the next level. Your ability as a maker is increased by having a 3D printer. The reason why I think 3D printing takes your making to the next level is your ability to print cases for Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, so on and so forth, as you see fit for any project that you might be able to come up with in those situations. Or it also can allow you to 3D print specific parts for mechanical designs that you come up with that might be set up to, say, an actuator or maybe some sort of servo or something like that. It allows you as a maker to expand your ideas, and that moves into number 3. It's a great introduction to 3D design. By 3D design, I mean being able to use Fusion 360 or SolidWorks to design an item and then be able to 3D print it and use it pretty much either that day or within the next day, which is really, really cool. If you have never had any 3D design experience, it's a great way to get into creating things in a 3-dimensional space and then being able to print them in the physical world. That moves into number 4. It enables quick prototyping for any designer. Now, if you come up with something and maybe you need to 3D print it out to make sure that it's going to work exactly the way that you want it to, you can work with the 3D printer to be able to print that out, and it enables you to prototype it within that day or the next day, or at least within a few days, depending on how large the prototype is. Of course, there are certain things that restrict you in 3D printing, but there are other types of 3D printers that you can use to be able to enable better prototyping and take you kind of to that next level. That moves into number 5. Number 5 is the ability to fix or make items to solve issues around the house without having to buy something or order something and wait for it to come. One great example is I 3D printed this bottle opener for my wife because she had to wake me up every single morning to open up a Soylent bottle for her because it was just the caps are on really tight on those Soylents. So I 3D printed this bottle opener, and just to kind of give you an example, this is just a spray bottle with some water. I use it for wet sanding, but you can put it on here and then be able to open the bottle nice and easily, which is really cool. And it comes in multiple sizes, so you can actually use it 4 different size bottle caps. So if you use it for like a beer bottle or anything like that, this comes in handy. This is really, really very useful. Now, I could have ordered something online, but I had a 3D printer, so I decided to 3D print this and just have it ready the next day. It was perfect. I didn't even have to wait for it to be shipped or anything like that. I had it within a good few hours of it just being printed on my printer. Now, there's another good example of being able to fix things around the house. I really like Joel Telling's, the 3D printing nerd's ability to fix his refrigerator instead of calling the manufacturer to be able to have to order a new part for his refrigerator and wait for it to be delivered so that he could fix his refrigerator. There was a piece in his refrigerator that was preventing the doors from being able to be closed, if I remember correctly, and he was able to design that part in Fusion 360 by just using his caliper to measure the different parts of that little piece that was broken, and then he printed it out and put it on his refrigerator, and it worked perfectly. So being able to do some stuff like that around the house is fantastic. It really, really enables you, and I think 3D printers are a great new thing to have around the house, and they're not even that expensive anymore. 3D printers are getting easier and easier to use by the day. So I really recommend that you check out a 3D printer these holidays. I hope you enjoyed this video on 5 reasons why I think 3D printing has changed my life and can also change yours. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it. If not, you know what to do. Hit up the comments down below if you have any comments on this video or any content suggestions for future videos. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Also, hit that bell icon if you want to get notifications whenever a new video comes out on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.